Guten Tag, howdy, I'm Frau Walker, and in this video I'm going to explain to you how the classes run so that way you know what to expect either from a student or a guardian standpoint. So let's dive into it. When you come into class, you are going to look up at the board and you're going to see the student tracker so that way you know where you're at and where you need to be going next. And the reason that we use this is so that way students know where they should be sitting in my class for that day. Seating changes constantly due to where the students are at in their learning. And I want them grouping themselves with the people who they are meeting their skill level with at that time. So for example, let's say I'm behind when I come in because I missed a day. Well, I'm sure I'm not going to be the only one there. As a teacher, I can tell you, when illnesses hit, we've got a lot of people who are missing, or when holidays come around, we got a lot of people who are missing. Or there will be those days when doctor's appointments and things need to happen. So for whatever reason, it doesn't matter that you got behind. You can go sit at the table of the students who are in that same lesson range that you are at. Or let's say you've moved ahead. There's going to be a table for students who are ahead of the lesson. And then there's going to be tables of students who are on track, exactly where we're supposed to be. And they will be able to match themselves with other people. So that way they can communicate really well at their level at that time with the people around them. And they don't feel lost and therefore unsuccessful. So when they walk in, they're going to see where they need to sit for the day. Some of them may be sitting with me and my table in the back because they will be working on their mastery checks, which I'll explain in a second. When they sit down, they are going to open their unit tracker, which they will be sending you at the end of every week to show you where they're at. And this is going to take the place of eSchool because eSchool doesn't really determine how a student is doing in my ungraded German classroom. So they're going to show you here how they get to their lessons. If you click on any of these, it will open the lesson for you. Any important links that they have that they should be doing. And you can see here right away, the reds are the must do's. They have to do them. We have should do's because it's really important supportive knowledge for you to do well in class. And then the aspire to do are the fun, exciting things that they get to do after they've finished everything else. You can see here that I clicked on guided notes. I have guided notes all created already for all the students in my class. All they'll have to do is click on that link to make a copy for themselves. It does not matter to me if they would like to do analog or digital. I'm an exennial, so I like to work in both worlds. So I like to help students who want to move towards digital. And I also love to help students who would like to write things down with their hands. That's how I prefer as well. But I need to recognize that, our world is moving forward in technology, which you can see I've tried to embrace that here in my classroom. Last but not least, we have our mastery checks. And this is what a parent would consider a test, but it's not your normal everyday test. They get to redo it as many times as they want until they have mastered that skill. And that's why I don't like to use the T word. We like to say that these are mastery checks because we're checking to see if you've mastered that skill, so that way we can move on. And if you haven't, it's no big deal. Test carries a lot of stigma to it. And really, we're constantly testing ourselves in life. And so instead of making test a bad word, I thought I'd change it and say we are checking to see if we have mastered that skill. And so you're going to see mastery checks happen 2 to 3 times every unit, making sure that students are understanding what they need to be doing before they move on. And they can also revise and we will reassess. And this is part of the learning process, right? I'm not grading any practice because practice should never be graded. That's unfair. What we should be really assessing is whether or not they've mastered that skill, right? So they're going to come back to me, and if they haven't mastered it yet, using that growth language, then I will tell them right there and then some personal feedback that they can use to move towards mastery. And as you and I know as adults, sometimes we have to practice skills many times before we are experts at it. So that's what I want to really indoctrinate in my classrooms, that making mistakes is okay, and that's how we learn. and nobody's perfect, not even the teacher. Well, that is what a normal day is going to look like. I will be walking around trying to help students constantly, checking in. I will also do daily check-ins with them to make sure that I know what they're doing, what every single student is doing in my period at that time. And feel free to reach out at any time to me over email. But as always, I will be sending out end of the week updates just like your students will. And I will also be doing monthly newsletters. But that should not stop you from emailing me should you ever have any questions. I'd love to talk. Alrighty. Thank you very much for walking with me through my modern classroom project. And I hope to hear from you soon. Bye now. Auf Wiedersehen.